How's it going out there, K County Accountability? Coming at you guys today. Sorry if I sound like crap. I'm got kind of chest congestion and shit that I'm fighting. I just want to go over the fact that the Punxsutawney police, after my video I released of the lieutenant admitting he's scared, they put on the police log that I was in the lobby and that I was upset. I wasn't upset. I was a little frustrated because that officer refused to identify, in which, the Punxsutawney police keep trying to say that they don't have that policy or whatever to identify to the public. Well, how are we supposed to know? Because they refuse to release their policies and procedures for the police department. So how are we supposed to know? That is the common thing throughout the United States, that officers are required to identify themselves when requested by the public. And that's what they keep telling me. Oh, he's not required to. He's not required to identify. Really? So you're allowed to try to threaten somebody and with an arrest or whatever, and you're not required to tell them who you are? Are you kidding me right now? And then, because I called because they put a log out stating, it doesn't state that I was there because an officer refused to identify themselves. It doesn't state that. It just states that I was there and I was upset, which, it's invalid. Their report, their log or whatever, is completely invalid. I wasn't upset. They haven't even seen me upset. I was a little frustrated, that I had to go through what I had to go through just to get his name whenever he contacted me. And they're trying to say because he was at home. I didn't know he was at home. I seen an officer pulling into an area. I figured he was on a call. So he was on duty. They confirmed he was on duty. And so the 1st, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th Supreme Court districts have all ruled and determined that we have the right to film police officers in the course of their duties, which he was on duty. It was the course of his duty. Whether it was his house, I don't know. He shouldn't have gone there on fucking duty. Sorry. Too bad. Everything I was doing was completely lawful. You refused to identify yourself. So I had to go to the police department to get your identity to figure out who it was that decided to not identify themselves. And guys, and the thing about him saying, oh, I was scared, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to go over the top 10 jobs that are the most dangerous jobs in the United States at the moment. And I promise you, none of these top 10 have law enforcement at all. Okay? Let's go. Number 1 is logging worker. That is the number 1 most dangerous job in the United States at the moment, is being a logging worker. 2nd, fishing and hunting workers. 3rd, roofers. 4th, aircraft pilots and flight engineers. Number 5, structural iron and steel workers. 6, delivery and truck drivers. Delivery drivers, that means pizza delivery drivers, any type of food delivery drivers run more of a risk of getting killed than an officer does. Let's do away with this officer safety bullshit, okay? Because a fucking pizza delivery driver is braver than you fucking are, officer. Refuse and recyclable material collectors, which means garbage man. A garbage man has a more dangerous job than a police officer. Underground mining machine operators, and that's kind of, obviously. Construction trade workers. And then number 10, electrical power line installers and repairers. Those are the top 10. Okay, now one police officer. A garbage man, a pizza delivery man or person is more likely to die on the job than a fucking police officer. Fuck this officer safety shit. I'm fucking done with it. It's ridiculous. There's statistical proof to show that your job is not that fucking dangerous. You make it dangerous. You guys make it dangerous for yourselves. Why? Because you are out of touch with citizens. You believe you are the sovereign citizens. You believe the law does not apply to you because you're a police officer. Which there's numerous videos to show where chiefs, captains, and shit like that are getting pulled over drunk off their fucking asses, and they're like, oh, don't, shut your body cam off. And back in the day, before body cams and shit, they would get away with that. Guess what? That's sovereign citizenship. When you believe the law doesn't apply to you because of the position you're in, that is sovereign. That you are a sovereign citizen. So the only actual sovereign citizens out there are police officers, public officials, judges, shit like that believe the law doesn't apply to them, that they're above the law. Those are the ones. I know the law applies to me. So I cannot be a sovereign citizen knowing that laws apply to me and that I try to stick by them and follow them precisely. It's getting out of, it's ridiculous. Quit being a bitch. If you're scared in that fucking job, get a different one. If you're scared to be a cop, go be a fucking pizza delivery guy. Then you run more of a risk of being fucking killed in your job than you do being a police officer. Quit being a bitch with body armor and a gun and a fucking taser and shit. Quit being a bitch. Love you guys. Always film the police. And you guys take care.